My life began on a small farm in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, raised by my grandmother, Hattie Mae. She was a woman of immense strength and wisdom, who had seen the world change in ways I could only imagine. We had little money, but my grandmother's love and lessons were abundant. She taught me the value of hard work and the importance of kindness. She taught me to read before I was 3, opening a world far beyond our porch. Books became my escape, my adventure, and my education. Her belief in me was my first great gift. She saw potential in me that I was too young to understand. The church became my second home, where I found my voice reciting Bible verses. It was there that I learned the power of words and the comfort of community. The applause made me feel seen and valued. It was a small congregation, but their support felt immense. Even in poverty, I learned to find joy in simple things. Her biscuits, a good book, gospel music. These were the moments that filled our days with warmth and love. My grandmother taught me that your circumstances don't define your spirit. She showed me that resilience and hope could carry you through the hardest times. You can be poor in pocket, but rich in soul. This was a lesson I carried with me throughout my life. This became the foundation of my life. Every challenge I faced, I met with the strength and wisdom she instilled in me. My early dreams were woven from stories and faith. I dreamed of a world beyond our small farm, a world where anything was possible. I imagined a life bigger than the one I knew, even if I couldn't picture it yet. Those dreams were my guiding light. My grandmother's lessons, the church, and books planted a seed of possibility within me. They were the roots that grounded me, and the wings that allowed me to soar. That seed, rooted in Mississippi soil, would one day grow into something that touched millions. It was a journey that began with small steps and big dreams. It all began with love, faith, and the belief that I mattered. These were the true gifts my grandmother gave me, and they shaped the person I would become. Leaving my grandmother for Milwaukee changed everything. The warmth and stability I knew vanished, replaced by confusion and loneliness. I became vulnerable, enduring abuse that left deep scars. I ran away, searching for love and acceptance I couldn't find at home. My mother, overwhelmed, sent me to live with my father in Nashville. My father was strict but loving, providing the structure I needed. He demanded excellence, weekly book reports, high standards. For the first time in years, I felt safe and seen. Under his guidance, I began to heal and focus on school. I became an honors student and joined the debate team. My voice, first found in Mississippi, was returning. The shadows of my past lingered, but I started to believe in a brighter future. My father gave me a second chance. The pain of my past didn't vanish. It left scars I tried to hide. For years, I felt ashamed, but I learned wounds can become your greatest strength. I chose not to be a victim, but the hero of my own story. Facing my pain took courage and vulnerability. Forgiveness set me free, allowing me to reclaim my power. My struggles taught me empathy. I recognized pain in others. Because I felt invisible, I made it my mission to help others feel seen. My pain became a bridge to connect with people everywhere. Our shared hardships unite us as humans. The scars we carry are proof of what we've overcome. Turning pain into wisdom became my life's purpose. Every challenge held a lesson if I listened closely. Abuse taught me boundaries and self-worth. Loneliness taught me the value of connection. Every wound became a classroom. I became a student of my own life, determined to grow stronger and more compassionate. My broadcasting journey began in high school after I unexpectedly won an oratory contest. Standing on that stage, I felt a spark ignite inside me, a sense of purpose and excitement I'd never experienced before. The applause, the energy in the room, and the realization that my words could move people planted a seed that would shape my future. Not long after, a local radio station manager heard about my win and offered me a job reading news on air. I was just a teenager, barely old enough to drive. But suddenly I was behind a microphone, my voice reaching listeners across the city. It was thrilling and intimidating all at once. I soon became the youngest and first African-American woman news anchor at the station. It was a groundbreaking moment, not just for me but for others who saw themselves reflected in my journey. This early success gave me a newfound confidence as I walked the campus of Tennessee State University. I felt proud, determined to make the most of every opportunity that came my way. I believed journalism was my calling, but reporting hard news proved more challenging than I expected. The stories were often heavy, and the pressure to remain detached was immense. My empathy, which I'd always considered a strength, was seen as a weakness in the newsroom. It made it difficult to stay objective, to separate myself from the pain and struggles of the people I reported on. I struggled to disconnect from the pain of the stories I covered. Each assignment weighed on me, and I often found myself reflecting on the lives behind the headlines long after the cameras stopped rolling. Despite these challenges, my dedication was recognized, and I was offered a co-anchor job in Baltimore. It felt like a huge step forward, a chance to prove myself on a bigger stage. But soon after, I was demoted to a morning talk show. The news felt crushing, as if all my hard work had been for nothing. I questioned my abilities and wondered if I'd made a mistake. I was devastated, convinced that my career was over before it had truly begun. The disappointment was overwhelming, and I felt lost, unsure of what to do next. What I didn't realize at the time was that this setback was actually a turning point. Sometimes, the universe has bigger plans than we can imagine. Sometimes, what feels like failure is really the universe redirecting you, pushing you towards something greater, even if you can't see it yet. That demotion, which once felt like the end, would actually lead me to my true calling. It was the beginning of a new chapter I never expected. The path ahead wasn't clear, and I was filled with uncertainty. But I was about to discover where I truly belonged, and how my voice could make a difference in ways I never imagined. My voice, I would soon learn, was meant for more than just reading the news. It was meant to inspire, to connect, and to help others find their own voices too. On the Baltimore morning talk show, People Are Talking, I finally felt like myself. For the first time in my career, I was able to let my guard down and show up as my true self, not just as a presenter, but as a real person with thoughts, feelings, and curiosity. I could be warm, curious, and connect authentically with guests and viewers. I realized that people responded to honesty and vulnerability, and that my willingness to be open created a space where others felt safe to do the same. The show became a local hit because it was real and heartfelt. We laughed, we cried, and we shared stories that mattered. People tuned in not just for entertainment, but for a sense of belonging and understanding. My success caught the attention of Chicago executives looking for a new host for AM Chicago. They saw something different in my approach, something that felt fresh and genuine. In 1984, I took a risk and moved to Chicago to host a struggling morning show. It was a leap into the unknown, leaving behind the comfort of Baltimore for a city where no one knew my name. Many thought I would fail, but I knew I had to do things differently. The odds were stacked against me, and there were plenty of doubters, but I trusted my instincts and my heart. I made the show feel like a conversation among friends, speaking from the heart. I wanted every guest to feel valued, and every viewer to feel included as if they were right there with us in the studio. I shared my own struggles and listened deeply to my guests. By opening up about my own journey, I invited others to do the same, creating moments of real connection and empathy. Audiences craved authenticity. They wanted someone real. They were tired of polished facades and scripted moments. They wanted to see themselves reflected on screen. Within months, AM Chicago shot to #1 in the ratings. The show's transformation was remarkable, and it quickly became the talk of the city. The response was overwhelming. People felt seen and heard. Letters poured in from viewers who said the show had touched their lives and made them feel less alone. The show became a space for honest, compassionate conversations. It was more than just television. It was a community built on trust, empathy, and shared experience. The Chicago experiment was a resounding success. We proved that being real could change not just a show, but the lives of everyone involved. I had found my true calling in connecting with people. Every day, I was reminded that genuine connection is the heart of meaningful storytelling. Sometimes the detour is the real path. Being myself changed everything, and it taught me that the most powerful thing you can be is authentically you. AM Chicago's success led to the launch of the Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986. My vision for meaningful television was now national. We focused on real-life topics, relationships, health, spirituality, and growth. We tackled tough subjects with honesty and compassion. My goal was to enlighten, encourage, and empower viewers. I shared my own journey, making the show a community built on trust. The book club inspired millions to read. My vulnerability inspired others to open up. The show became a cultural phenomenon and a daily ritual for millions. For 25 years, it proved television could be a force for healing and change. Speaking my truth gave others permission to do the same. My mission of empowerment extended beyond television. I founded Harpo Studios, giving me creative control to uplift viewers. I launched the Oprah magazine, offering inspiration and practical advice. The magazine became another way to connect and encourage. Philanthropy became central. I believe education is the key to freedom. I founded the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa. Through the Angel Network, we raised millions for global projects. Giving connects you to your own humanity and others. Building an empire was about creating a platform for good. My goal, touch as many lives as possible with hope and possibility. At the heart of my work is the philosophy of intention. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. I always ask, what is my intention? If it's to serve and uplift, I know I'm on the right path. You can't control everything, but you can control your response. Every obstacle carries a lesson. Look for it and grow. Believe in a power greater than yourself and in your own inner voice. Listen to that quiet whisper inside. It knows your truth. Practice daily gratitude. It shifts your focus to abundance. Clear intention, belief, and gratitude are the foundation of my life. This mindset has allowed me to overcome challenges and build my dreams. Looking back, the word that defines my journey is possibility. Where you start doesn't determine where you end up. The power to create your life lies within you. My story is proof that refusing to give up can change everything. I hope my journey is a beacon for anyone who feels unseen or lost. The most important thing is to connect with your true self and serve the world. True success is measured by the positive impact you have on others. Let my life be a promise. Your wounds can become wisdom. Your voice matters. Believe in your dream, nurture it, and live with intention. The power to rise above and create a legacy of light has always been inside you.